Okay, so first match is going to be on USE server. Game 1 of a potential 7. Yeah, that's going to be fine for Zen. 84 is going to be no problem. So away we go, game 1. Beautiful server indeed. So we're going to be on the server for 2 matches. It's USE server to start things off. I said earlier, I think Daniel right now is the top player in North America. I think most people would agree with me on that. He's the #1 player in NA. I think AyyJayy is #3 player in NA. I think he's definitely got a shot here. He, of course, took Yan to Game 5 in the USA vs Brazil match that happened recently. And he's got recent wins over First Killer in Fear's tournament. I think he beat First Killer in the group stage and then lost to First Killer in the final. Fear's recent tournament. I'm not sure if he's beaten Daniel. Has AyyJayy beaten Daniel recently? I don't think he has. But yeah, for me, AyyJayy is #3. For my top 3 in NA right now is Daniel, First Killer, AyyJayy. I'm not including Yan and AppJack in that list, just to keep things a little bit more simple. Oh, beautiful delayed shot by Zen. Well, AyyJayy started the game with perfect reset. Now Zen fakes the reset shot, delays the flick, and sticks it in the top corner. Yeah, I think Zen's the favorite here. If you can beat Daniel in this format, I think you're the favorite against AyyJayy in this format. He's just on an unstoppable roll right now. But AyyJayy, like I've said a few times now, he is one of the guys who deserves a shot at Zen. He is a top 10 ones player in my opinion. I'm going to say my top 10 again because I know some people only tune in for this series if you're watching on video or on VOD. My current top 5 in no particular order for the 1v1 is Rawas, TRK, Yan, Daniel, and Zen. And then my next 5, in no particular order again, would be AppJack, Moxie, Jorias, and then any 2 of First Killer, Khaled, AyyJayy. That's my next 6 actually, I guess. But yeah, I haven't really thought about the 10. Zen's already beaten about half of those players that I've just listed, and he's beating another one of them right now. AyyJayy not able to stop any Zen attacks so far, at least not that I can remember. It's the fake flip resets that are getting him. So Zen's got a reset there. AyyJayy knows it. Pre-jumps in front of it. And Zen just lets the ball do the work for it. Yeah, AyyJayy, he was streaming earlier. Be sure to give him a follow. He's looking to stream on Twitch. I saw him tweeting the other day that he's looking to stream as much as he ever has in the past at the moment, which is really cool to see. I love seeing pro players create content, so definitely be sure to stop by AyyJay's stream and drop him a follow. He's probably stopped streaming right now though, because you want to, of course, in a matchup against a player like Zen, get the maximum possible performance out of your computer, as well as reducing your distractions that you're going to have to an absolute minimum. Twitch chat can be extremely distracting to a player. Oh, you raided me. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I didn't notice that, all you AyyJayy viewers, because I was setting up the match. I wanted to make sure I didn't bean the server order, the coin flipping, etc. So I missed the raid. my mistake. Yeah, shout out AyyJayy, of course, for that. All my viewers need to check him out. Oh, that's a monster of a flick from AyyJayy. Zen. No chance to save that one reactively. Oh my goodness. AyyJayy deletes the ball. He really set that one up quickly as well. It was, you know, 1 split second he's hiding behind the ball. The next, he dove underneath it and launched the ball right past Zen. AyyJayy going for a delayed kickoff there. He's going to come away with the possession. Zen deflects the first attack, which of course AyyJayy expected. He was merely looking to steal the boost away, but that little bump from Zen, the follow through on that challenge, something AyyJayy did not anticipate. People were saying Atto greater than AyyJayy. I would disagree. I think that, you know, if that's my top 11 players that I've just said right now, I think the next ones you've got to list would be KV1. I think you've got to give Toxic a shout, Raziers, and you've got to give Chronic a shout. I think you've also got to give Naupo a shout. I think I've probably said more than 15 players so far in my top players list, but you know, it is just so stacked right now. The top 20 for ones right now is absurdly stacked. It's crazy. I've not even said the names of players like Lion Blaze so far. I've not even said Clears. You know, it's actually insane how stacked 1v1 is right now. If there was a top 20 1v1 player LAN or top 16 1v1 player LAN, it would be actually ridiculous to see how stacked it would be. Yeah, you got Oski as well, of course. There's honestly so many players. I'm definitely forgetting some players. Yeah, ones is ridiculous at the moment. AyyJayy absolutely deserves a shot at Zen, in my opinion. And he's not having a bad showing so far. But don't forget, this is a US match, so AyyJayy defending his server advantage here. Should he lose this one game suddenly, server advantage technically goes towards Zen. Moxie, yeah, I said him earlier when I was listing my top 10. Don't worry. We need a ones LAN. Yeah, I totally agree. I think a ones LAN is the most needed. I'm obviously biased in this, but I think a ones LAN is the most needed thing in the Rocket League scene, the Rocket League esports scene. Would benefit more from a ones LAN than another threes LAN, in my humble opinion. Because it is just a different type of, it's a different type of game, a different way to watch the Rocket League. It feels more like a fighting game than Rocket League 3v3, in my opinion. And that's really cool to see, just a different, a very, variety is king in content. And if you think about it, esports is just a form of content. So it's good to get variety in there. That's why crew battles and ones, I think, are the best supplement to the threes world. Well, AyyJay's missed a couple open nets. I think maybe at least one open net there. One of them might not have been technically open, but definitely attacks going away from him. But he cannot afford to mess up. Zen reacts very quickly to AyyJay's lunge challenge. He's through himself, but decides not to flip into the ball there. Zen playing a bit more of a conservative approach on that. AyyJayy missed one open net. Yeah, he technically missed one open net, but he did also miss another shot because he rolled the ball into the back wall, where I'm pretty sure it was possible to bounce the ball off the back wall, which would have also qualified it as an open net. So again, it's all, it's just a technicality. I would say he's had two clear-cut chances that he's missed. Another delayed kickoff for AyyJayy. Zen's clipped him on the follow-through again. That's the second time that kickoff has played out in the exact same way. AyyJayy trying to back Zen up with the threat of a flip, but Zen says, I don't think you've got one, or definitely I don't think you've got a good way of using it. You've got to think AyyJayy didn't have a flip there. Surely he would have used it to try and get behind the ball. Maybe he was just convinced that was in fact going to be a fake challenge by Zen. So we're in the final minute. AyyJayy in the air early now. Zen nowhere near saving this. He probably expected it to be hitting the bar based on the fact that he's just stationed on the on the backboard here. Yeah, it's a very high touch from AyyJayy. Pretty difficult for Zen to know from that angle if it's hitting the bar or just dipping in. It's dipping in. Extremely good coverage from AyyJayy, threatening the bump to a sufficient degree that Zen can't recover and save the shot. Another mind game by Zen. He decides not to commit though. He's been quite happy with his 7-goal tally. Just waiting for a more clear-cut opportunity, and there it is. It's 8-6 with AyyJayy trailing in game 1. 23 seconds left. AyyJay's been pretty sneaky with the kickoffs. 2 delayed kickoffs. So Zen's completely beamed it there. That's going to be a goal for AyyJayy. Now that's just a mechanical mistake by Zen. I didn't expect this. We've had a plenty kickoff mix-up from AyyJayy. Zen accidentally single jumps on the approach. He tried to speed flip, and he just jumped. Well, he's right back to a 1-goal advantage from the center circle. AyyJayy fakes the mid-boost grab, gets the boost steal. That's massive for AyyJayy. What a mind game victory that is. And he slots the equalizer as well. Oh, that is brilliant from AyyJayy. That little feint to the mid-boost had it Zen thinking the back corner boost was available. And then AyyJayy turns and steals it from him. Tie game. Zen forces AyyJayy into the corner, but AyyJay's going to be pretty happy with this. Possession 100 boost is his. What a comeback for the American. Can he hold it together though? Zen has a chance for a 0-second sidewall redirect. He drops it. He didn't want to hit that too thickly, otherwise AyyJayy would have had a shot on his goal. Right back to Zen's least favorite place, the center circle. The kickoff has been his nightmare. He comes away with a good kickoff here. Another mind game from Zen. AyyJayy decides to just play the ball on this one. He's fallen for too many. AyyJayy snags the mid boost right in front of Zen. Zen gets a shot off anyway though, and he will win the game. But wow, that was very close to being a tilter for Zen, because AyyJayy stole the boost from under him. And luckily for Zen, he was able to tag AyyJayy in that little interaction that they had and bump him off the ball. Well, he's already on the road to a 9th win in show matches in a row. Can he do it? It begs the question. Who's the final boss? Who's the final boss for number 10? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying this because obviously AyyJay's still got a chance to beat Zen, but it is just too interesting of a question to not ask you guys while you're all tuned in watching. Who is the final boss Yeah, I think I agree with you guys. I think it's Rawas. I think if Zen beats AyyJayy, I think that next up is Rawas. Because, yeah, Rawas and TRK, for me, came out of the December 1v1 tournament spree that we had in between mine and Fear's channels. I think Rawas and TRK were the players who came out with the most impressive resumes from that. There were other players. You know, Moxie had a win on both of them in the same tournament, but Moxie also had losses to both of them in others. So I think Rawas and TRK are the top two. And yeah, TRK's told me that recently he hasn't been as active in ones because he's been focusing on 3v3 for RLCS 100%. So Rawas for me, I think Rawas is final boss. And yeah, if he goes through Rawas, I think yeah, next in line would have to be Yan TRK, and then you'd have Zen beating the 12 Titans. Everybody wants a shot at him. I've had so many messages from players from all around the world who want their shot at Zen. They want to be the guy to beat the guy. Everybody an agreement that Zen is the guy right now. And he certainly looks it in this match already against AyyJay's. 1 game up on USC servers. 1 goal up in game 2 on USC servers. Moxie will smoke him. Incorrect. In fact, Zen almost broke the record for largest 1-game comeback against Moxie. The largest 1-game comeback in 1v1 history, in Showmatch and tournament history, is 7 goals. Zen actually won against Moxie with a 6-goal comeback. So, you know, that take that Moxie would smoke him, I would disagree. But Moxie's still fantastic, of course. It's just Zen's on a level of his own, it looks like. Yeah, I reckon Rawas is the final boss, in my opinion. And yeah, the only other players that look like they can hold a chance, like a 50-50 chance, would be Yan TRK, in my opinion, as well. Just because Yan played Daniel so close, and we saw how close Daniel versus Zen was. You know, if Daniel versus Yan ends in an overtime game 5, and then Daniel versus Zen, oh my goodness, he's done it again, ladies and gentlemen. He is just clipping on AyyJayy. This is disgusting. This is actually inhumane. He's just pogo rebounded him. I mean, he recovers and then goes for the double. What are we watching? The pogo shots from Zen are ridiculously consistent. I mean, Dark came into the ones world with the pogo recoveries. Like, he's pogoing in the middle of air dribbles, which is obviously, you know, one of a kind. Zen's just shooting the ball with the pogos, and he seems to get a good shot every single time. Yeah, that's my plan, guys. Just want to give you the forecast of what's likely to come on the channel with Zen. There's so many players who want to play him, but I'm trying to give the best players their shot first. So I think, you know, the best players are the players who deserve the shot at Zen before anyone else. But yeah, if he keeps dominating the top players, it's going to be time very soon for, you know, your top 15, top 20, top 25 players to just line up, get their turn to be swept. Rizzo's going to need to step in soon. He's probably already in ranked ones as we speak. Drilling kickoffs. He absolutely loves kickoffs. Oh my days. Zen with a ridiculous double save. AyyJayy is trying absolutely everything here. He's trying slow approaches, he's trying mind games, he's trying physical plays, he's trying the clean plays, and nothing is working. Zen is just absolutely crushing him. I mean, what on earth are we witnessing, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody call Rawas. Now, good news is, today's Wednesday. Well, tonight's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. As Zen just scores another clip on AyyJayy. I'm sorry, AyyJayy. Fake ceiling challenge didn't work. Pre-jump didn't work. But yeah, tomorrow is actually the weekend for Saudi Arabia. So there is a non-zero chance that Rawas will be available. He's had school all week, of course. The school week for Saudi Arabia is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow night will actually be the equivalent of Friday night in the Western world. So our weekend in the West is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In Saudi Arabia, the weekend is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So tomorrow night will actually be Rawas's weekend. So there is a decent chance we'll be able to set that one up. We'll have to wait and see. He's sleeping right now. But if I tell Rawas, hey, Zen's on a 9-win streak, you're the final boss, I think he might want that match. Just gonna put that out there. Oh, these double saves from Zen are disgusting. He shouldn't be allowed to do this. Surely AyyJay's scoring. He's done exceptionally well to stay with this. And he's keeping this match competitive, mind you. A lot of time to go. AyyJayy snipes him on the wall. No school this week in Saudi. Well, I mean, it's still the week though. I don't know what the school term is in Saudi, but I know that he's more busy during the actual week. Oh, hard counter on AyyJay's half flip kickoff there by Zen. A chance to counter him with a delayed flick after the reset. And once again, Zen is able to produce ridiculous acceleration on the ball against all odds. It's a pre-flip flick amalgamation with the top corner as a destination. And that's not the first time he's done that. he's actually done that a few times. AyyJayy still keeping this close-ish. He's going to need to be so clinical if he's going to beat Zen today. A couple of ridiculous double saves in this game alone. AyyJay's just going to take it one game at a time, one goal at a time, one kickoff at a time. When you're up against a player like Zen, you cannot start thinking about how difficult the task ahead of you is. You have to just take it one goal at a time. It's the only way to stay in the game mentally. AyyJay's been here many, many times. He's been at the top of the NA1's world for years and years now. He's come back from behind many times. This is definitely his biggest test in a while. Great reflex save there from Zen. The immediate kickoff shot now. Full pitch air dribble off the back corner wall. Commences. Probably thought about Pogo in there. Instead it's going to be a mind game. And the slow shot will give AyyJayy an opening. Well, Zen's actually blundered there. A rare overextension by Zen. A rare attack that doesn't end in an undefendable shot. Yeah, he's not maybe I wouldn't say that's blundering the queen, but you know, it's probably the equivalent of blundering a pawn. You know, a one goal blunder in Rocket League is probably blundering a pawn. You know, he just sacked a pawn. And for my chess players and chess viewers in chat right now, we all know that when you blunder a pawn in chess, you just pretend that it was a gambit, not a blunder. So Zen's just got to figure out a way to pretend that was intentional. Because any pawn blunder can be a gambit, as long as it's early enough in the game. I guess this is more of a mid-game, late game, so yeah, the chance of it being a gambit definitely a bit lower. AyyJayy getting a bit more success against Zen's offense here. He's on the breakaway again. That's 2 counter-attack goals in quick succession for AyyJayy. Zen's got to be careful. I mean, he sat pretty well on a 7-5 goal lead, 7-6 goal lead at the end of last game. Seems like he's quite happy to just sit on 2 goals, but I think the fact he got a few more goals in front might have elevated his confidence into overconfidence territory. And AyyJay's passed him again. It's a 1-goal game. This is spectacular by AyyJayy. He's managed to just chip away at the lead little by little. And now with 48 seconds to go, he's within a goal. Now we did start off the Daniel Zen series with a double server break. Zen taking 2 games on the away server before Daniel then went on to take 1 game on the away server when we switched. Zen manages to sneak one through. Well, that looked like, I'm not going to lie to you guys, that looked like it was another overextension in the making for Zen. This was not comfortable. He kind of bounced off the ball with that reset. If AyyJayy flipped into the ball there with enough momentum, he would have been away on the counterattack, but he was too afraid of the chip shot. Went a bit too high at the ball. And now Zen's got his 2-goal lead back. AyyJayy does not have a lot of boost to play with here. This is a very awkward position. I think he has to sacrifice possession. And Zen thinking about a reverse takeoff. Instead, he reinvents the half flip, absorbs a challenge, and scores a 10th goal to make this one a 2-game lead. AyyJay's got it all to do. Daniel was able to come from this position to go all the way to game 7 against Zen. It's not impossible, but oh boy is it difficult. AyyJayy needs to win at minimum 1 game on the EU server out of the next 2. We're going to be switching servers, 2 EU server games coming up, and AyyJayy needs to win at least 1 of them. Yeah, Daniel vs. Zen is on my YouTube channel. It just got uploaded tonight. I had a bit of a backlog with my content because I was away for the week. No problem, says AyyJayy. He has to settle for a little bit of a worse connection than Zen had. I'm actually not sure what AyyJayy can get On EU server, this might be the best he can get. Where's AyyJayy from again? Somebody in chat know? I'm sure somebody in chat knows. This might be the best he can get. Oh, what a start for AyyJayy. That is a monstrous shot. Ohio. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where that is, except to tell you it's in America. Let me just pull up Google Maps. Okay, yeah, it's pretty up there. Next to the state that looks like an oven mitt. Oh yeah, Michigan. Sorry, Michigan. Surrounded by a bunch of rectangular states that were probably drawn by the British Empire, if I were to guess. Ohio. Interesting. So yeah, he's definitely northeast. So that's yeah, that's probably, I would say, not the best ping you can get. You might be able to get a little bit better than this if he's that far northeast. I can't really tell. I've got to always remind myself the fact that America is more towards the equator. Oh, that's a really good dunk there from Zen. He's pulled something out of nothing there. There's not a lot of play in the ball, and he just created it on the spot. But yeah, I've always got to remind myself the fact that America is closer to the equator than Europe means that any distance east-west is actually bigger than it looks on a map, so that might be quite far. Maybe this is about the best ping you can get, I'm not sure. It's yellow though, so as we know, that's disgusting. If it's 100 ping is horrible, 99 ping, amazing. That's like, oh, look at this from AyyJayy. I would love to see him make a second play on that ball. Oh, Zen's doubled off the sidewall. He, of course, sinks it without difficulty. How's that for an interception? So a minute in, Zen's closed the gap. Now it looks like he's ready to take the lead. Oh, what a recovery, AyyJayy! Sets up a wave dash with that little wobble on the landing. And that allows him to recover. Phenomenal stuff, but he's still in a horrible position here. Zen's got 100 boost. Delays a flick and lobs it over to him. Oh no, he doesn't. AyyJayy pre-jumps and stops him. Well, AyyJay's done that with 110 ping. That's incredible. Now he faked the ball, went for the boost. Zen's beating him to it. I mean, I'm actually loving how AyyJay's playing this. That was a really smart attempt to get the boost in the back corner. He's at least leveled out the boost advantage. AyyJay's surviving. Zen has been thriving tonight. Wants to pogo, wants to block on AyyJayy. Zen's still got a flip here. Decides to use it for the recovery. Well, this is terrifying. I think that one attack has just sent shivers down the spines of every Rocket League player worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, Zen doesn't just know how to pogo shot, he knows how to pogo. Alarm bells must be ringing. He didn't get a goal off it, but it's the simple fact that he's got the control of the ball after that is all you need to know. AyyJayy actually manages to get the lead after all that. Great catch as well. That is an unreal sequence from AyyJayy. The fact he's managed to turn a defensively horrendous position into a goal for him after surviving multiple onslaughts shows you that this guy's got ridiculous mental ability. He's up against a double reset pre-flip. Is not going to stop that one. Zen at exactly halftime equalizes once again. We're going to have to look at this from AyyJay's POV to really understand how difficult that is to save. It's a double reset and then changing the direction of the shot by pre-flipping past it. What else has AyyJayy got left here? He's really done a good job with his kickoff variety today, but unfortunately for AyyJayy, he's just 1 week too late. I think if he did this to Zen last week, he would be feasting from Zen's weak kickoff. But Zen's just a little bit better than he was last week when we saw him play. Not quite as vulnerable. Brilliant save from AyyJayy. It was the offensive clinical finishing from AyyJayy that put him in front this series, and it's been the defense that's kept him in a tie, and now gotten him in front again. Zen wins the back corner boost battle, starts a counter with an air dribble. AyyJay's up quick for this, but he's not able to stop Zen, who underdunks him and then slams in a crossbar pinch to equalize once more. I mean, AyyJay's not too far off getting a save on this, but Zen just had the cover on the one angle AyyJayy had. This is the difficult part with trying to stop Zen's air dribbles. So if you pre-jump, he just mind games and then blocks whatever angle you're coming from. AyyJayy attempting another impossible save. Zen was in the area, so I don't think it would have mattered, but still, valiant attempt from AyyJayy. It looked like that bump attempt onto Zen was probably what slowed him down and prevented the save. But of course AyyJayy's thinking, if I don't bump Zen, he might just race me to the ball and then he's going to score. So, very difficult position for AyyJayy to deal with. Zen with a solid mid-air challenge. AyyJayy's recovery, not one to write home about. Zen's up by 2. We're seeing all kinds of genres on stream today. You know, are we still in the Rocket League section or are we in the speedrunning section on Twitch? Because then he 3-1 Naupo with a 2-minute 20 forfeit in game 4, and now he's looking to sweep AyyJayy. He's not happy with just a win. Maybe he's just trying to get a third match in tonight, although I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last one for tonight. Guys, like I said, there's lots of other players that want to play Zen. But yeah, type 1 in chat if you think that his 10th opponent, if he can close this out against AyyJayy, if you think Zen's 10th opponent should be Ruas, type 1 in chat. Because there's a good chance we can make that happen tomorrow. I'm sure we could find another opponent. In fact, I promise you we could find another opponent for Zen right now tonight. But I think for his, you know, for his 10th match, it has to be the final boss. I think it just has to be for the story, right? I've left the party. Sorry about that. AyyJayy keeping every game competitive here, but unfortunately they've all been Zen favoured. Zen almost pixels the flick top corner. But yeah, honestly, I do appreciate all of the players who've been reaching out to me, offering themselves up as sacrifices to Zen. I've had no lack of options. Zen's had no lack of options when it comes to challengers, and I really do appreciate that, because it's the one difficulty as an event organizer, as a Showmatch organizer, is sometimes getting players to play. But recently the One's World has been more active than ever, so yeah, shout out to all the players for giving us all this entertainment. Oh, hold on a second here. Zen's out of position, AyyJayy's tied. Well, that one came out of nowhere. Where was Zen going? He tried to go for a ceiling challenge, bailed, and then AyyJayy slotted it past him. Well, 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 a strong kickoff for AyyJayy could steal a game on EU server. And you know, I say steal, I only mean the fact that he's on the away server. He's deserved this comeback. He's stayed in the game all the way, but Zen is still just so unstoppable. Everything AyyJayy puts in front of him, all the defenses he builds, all the walls he sets up, are just getting steamrolled by Zen's offense. 11 seconds to go now. Can AyyJayy do it again? He's already come back once this game. Tries to delay the kickoff and make it work. And that is a great result for him, in fact. Maybe a heavy touch, but not one he can't catch up to. AyyJayy, the brilliant first touch off the back wall, but Zen has enough boost to get back to the ball here. If Zen was boost starved, that would have been perfect from AyyJayy, because he would have got the free shots on net. He still might. AyyJayy with one reset. Coming straight down the line. Zen claps the goal at the near post and puts himself 3 games in front. Well, you know, I said that Daniel came back from 2-0 down against Zen to force game 5. AyyJay's going to need to come back from 3 down against Zen if he wants to force game 7 is what I mean to say, sorry, game 7. But don't forget, if he can win this one game, and it looks like AyyJayy is more than in the game here. That was a very close game. Every game this series has been close. If AyyJayy can win this one game, that is really all he needs to get started in the series, because then we switch to USE server for not 1 but 2 games, and then suddenly we're in game 7. Of course, going to game 7 on EU server will not be ideal. This is the game for AyyJayy that's going to happen. It has to happen now if he's going to emulate what Daniel did. Zen's lobbed him. He just barely beat him to the punch. That's a tilter for AyyJayy, because I can absolutely promise you on his screen he probably hit this. He probably hit that on his screen. But Zen just pops it over him with the deftest of touches. And now he's actually inventing new kickoff strats. The man who's had the weakest kickoff game rather related to the rest of his ones game is now inventing new strategies. Looked like he might have been trying to get a flip reset on that one. Wait, Zen saved that? What? He just hit the joint of his own goal to keep that out of the net. That's ridiculous. I thought it was in the top corner, but Zen saved it only for AyyJayy to then loop around. and stick it in the top corner at the other side. Yeah, we'll have to just say well played for that one. Zen accelerates into the net. AyyJayy responds by immediately shooting. Perfect timing on the shot here from AyyJayy. I think he noticed that Zen was going to back off and attempt to launch himself into an in and out save position. Actually, I'm not sure if he did it. It looked like AyyJayy might just have been shooting. Johnny skipped AyyJay's shot, don't worry. I've been skipping single resets all night, mate. Listen, if you're coming to one's show matches these days and you want the caster to watch every single reset shot, you're gonna be here for a while. Like, that is just the bread and butter. It's 2023's version of an open net, you know? It's just simple. Oh, was it a double? Sorry, I looked away. I must have looked away for the first one. My mistake then. My mistake. I stand corrected. I thought it was a single. Okay, Zen's giving him a bone here. AyyJayy accepts. Nice one. Thanks, says Zen. He's acknowledging his own contribution here. Okay, there. Yeah, my mistake. My mistake. I'll save the replay right now and we can watch it later. How's that? I do occasionally glance at my chat to see what's happening and make sure I'm not missing anything, but sometimes that does, of course, cause me to look away at the worst possible minute and miss a flip reset. It's kind of crazy, like the speed that players at the top right now, players like Zen and AyyJayy, can go from just air dribbling to having a reset and then just going right back to looking like they're air dribbling again. It really does boggle the mind how efficient flip resets have become. Type 1 in chat if you remember the days when we were running things like flip reset only 1v1 and players weren't allowed to save the shots, because that is how difficult it was even for pro players to land a single reset on the ball and put a threatening shot on target. Now, I mean, look at what we're watching. This is just crazy. Zen is resetting the ball from any angle he wants. He's overextended here again though. AyyJayy gets a fourth goal. Rettles versus First Killer. Was it Rettles? I remember First Killer was in the first one. Was it not Rapid versus First Killer? I thought it was Rapid. Because Rapid was one of the first NA RLCS players who was trying to... sorry, I thought I skipped that goal. Who was trying to reset in ones. Really nice catch in the back ball there from AyyJayy. Limiting Zen's options, but Zen's actually shrugged off the catch and he's right back in control. Tight turn from Zen, denying any challenging opportunity from AyyJayy. AyyJayy does well though. No. Ball's in his court. What's he got for Zen? Well, the first touch lets him down there. AyyJayy had a free chance. Okay, Zen's just given him another one. Well, Zen has given AyyJayy completely free goals in this game. On multiple occasions. Are we seeing a side of Zen we've not really seen before? Because Zen in his first few show matches on my channel, he was dominant, but I think he was still fresh enough to the scene that he was really focused the entire time. You know, even in game 3 of a sweep, even in game 4 of a 3-1, he was still fully focused. And now he's just crushing AyyJayy 3 games straight. And I think he might have just gotten a bit overconfident, lost his focus, and given AyyJayy some free goals. And, you know, is he forgetting the fact that these games, although he's won them all, they've been pretty close. You know, you can't be doing this against AyyJayy. You can't give him free goals. AyyJay's good enough to beat you without free goals if he plays his absolute peak level. But hey, let's see what Zen can do from a losing position. 2 minutes to go, down by 3. AyyJayy just steals Zen's boost away. Zen quite happy to take the mid one instead. Ball remains his. Very direct air dribble from Zen. Pogo shot from close range, but not the most threatening one we've seen from Zen. Close pinch in defense from Zen just to get the ball across the box before AyyJayy can get there for the finish. Very close range fake challenge from AyyJayy. Another fake from Zen as well, but another bad landing. It's another easy goal for AyyJayy. Well, Zen definitely dropping off in level a little bit here. Like I said earlier, if AyyJayy wins this 4th game, suddenly we're back on US East for 2 games. Suddenly, Game 7 looks a whole lot closer than it did after the 3rd game is finished. Zen's come away with the boost there. AyyJayy looked like he thought he was going to get it. But he still manages to save Zen's shot. Just over a minute to go. Zen down by 4. He'll probably get 4 chances to score in this kind of time frame. And now he's at the point where he needs to take them all. And he does take the first one. It's a reset dunk. AyyJayy, where did he try and save this one towards? Did he pop it? I think he might have popped this one. Yeah, he looked to pop it over Zen, who's just right on top of the ball, so not a chance of saving in that angle. Honestly, not a chance of saving in many angles there. AyyJayy just needs to let the clock do the work for him here. Zen with a very early pre-jump and a floor pinch. Well, AyyJayy thought he was killing time. He's trying to air dribble and control the ball, get behind it. Zen intercepts him off the ceiling and immediately scores. Okay, 55 seconds ago, down to 2 goals. Zen looks like he might have leaned forward in his chair for those last 2. Strong position from AyyJayy again, though. Once more, has to be letting the clock do the work, but Zen snuck in a challenge. Oh, it's all gone wrong for AyyJayy. He did not see that challenge coming. We already saw his POV on that. Look what Zen does here. He just makes sure that every second that he's approaching AyyJayy with that charge, he is completely opposite AyyJayy with the ball in the middle. That makes it more likely that AyyJay's not going to see the challenge coming. And now Zen is going to tie. Well, that was quick. I feel like it was just 30 seconds ago that I said AyyJay's got to play the clock and he might be able to get to the finish line. Zen's already back. 7-all. Fake kickoff for Zen now. It's not going to work out. He took too long to turn. AyyJayy should be in front again. Zen able to hold him out for one more. Oh, he's nicked the boost as well. Great defense from Zen. Still in danger of a demo. And that's a kind bounce for the Frenchman. Can AyyJayy defend it? Yes, he can. It's another slowish recovery for Zen, but it's just fast enough. Final 10 seconds approaching. AyyJayy decides to rush the challenge. Zen looks to trip him up. It's actually him who receives a bit of a bump at the end of the tussle there. This time, fake ceiling challenge from Zen. Now he closes the distance. AyyJayy has to be so careful here. Honestly, so does Zen. AyyJayy could keep it up. Instead, we go to OT. AyyJayy needs a goal to stay in the series. Zen allows AyyJayy to bump him into the boost and now runs the ball into the open net to win in 4. It's another brilliant night for the Zen 1v1 story. You know, I said that the kickoff was the weakest aspect of his game. He played that absolutely perfectly. He allowed himself to be bumped by AyyJayy, knowing that there was only one way AyyJayy could bump him, and that was straight into the side boost that both players were fighting for. Brilliant play. Zen says he can do another if you want. I'm going to tell him, do you want to... Or I'm going to tell him, you have 9 wins in a row. Do you want to face Ruas tomorrow for number 10? Because I think this is the best. I think this is the best way to do this, guys. I really do. You know, we could just feed him player after player after player, but I think we've seen enough. I think it's time for the final boss. He's defeated every region except Middle East. So actually not beaten Yan either, but you know, Yan recently lost to Daniel, who Zen has a win on. So I think that probably makes sense. We were actually going to get Yan versus AyyJayy tonight, but Yan's feeling pretty sick as well, so he's not able to play at the moment.